Hi, it's Rob Moore here from Progressive Property, and thank you very much for watching this short video. Now, you're probably watching this video because, like many other people who are really making a lot of successes in property and in business and in finance at the moment, you know that there's a fantastic opportunity out there in the market right now. Now, I'm not going to tell you it's easy, but it is simple when you follow a few steps. Now, this video, I'm going to introduce to you a brand new tele-seminar or teleclass series that we've just launched over the next 4 to 5 weeks. It's no cost, you don't have to pay anything, and you can register. It's either going to be at the bottom or the side or maybe that side of this video. So at any time watching this short video, you can just leave your details wherever they are and you'll be registered to one or all of the tele-seminar classes that we're going to run. I'm going to briefly tell you about those. If you don't know me, or if you've never been introduced to Progressive Property, then you probably need to know a little bit about us. Now, I don't say this to impress you because, you know, I'm going to be honest with you, anybody could do what we've done. I genuinely believe that. But at the same time, we've gone through a lot of education. We've been investing in property for 5 years, and we've made some mistakes along the way. Mistakes that, you know, have caused some people to fall over. A lot of people who were investing pre-07 aren't investing anymore because they didn't keep going. That was the thing. So we've written 2 best-selling property books. We've bought, myself and my business partner Mark, over 230 properties in the space of 5 years. Most of those, actually, probably a bigger percentage than our own portfolio, for investors that we've bought for, people who invest in our hands-free service. We've been on many TV shows, radio shows, The Independent, The Financial Times, Living TV, BBC, Channel 4, Channel 5. And we're still quite young, you know, both Mark and I are around about 30. And we haven't achieved anywhere near what we know we can. And we're very excited about the next 18 months because this is where I believe it's all at. So the 5 tele-seminars that you can register for no cost, for free, we're going to cover the 5 things that we know everybody wants to know about right now. We've educated over 40,000 people in the last 3 years in property. We have over 50,000 people subscribed to our newsletter, so we're just feeding back to you what we know everybody wants to know, and the things that are getting people like Dina Honey, Andy Gelder, Alison and Alan Graham, Paul McFadden, Mark Domain and many other normal people fantastic results in this property crash. So the tele-seminars are, and a tele-seminar is just, you know, you just phone up and you just listen to us speak and you get a chance to call at the end. So it's a very simple process. They are in no particular order. We're going to cover the 7 no money down strategies for buying property in 2009/2010. Questions I regularly get asked are, can you really do no money down, for people who've never even experienced no money down before? Yes, you can. You need to know how and why and the variation of different strategies. Number 2, can you still do no money down despite the property crash? Because obviously if you're an experienced investor, then throughout 05, 06, 07 in the growing market, you were probably doing the Mortgage Express, Daylight Bridge, or, you know, there were various other ways of calling it. So can you still do no money down in the current climate? Well, yes, you can. Also, we're going to blow some myths out of the water because there are different types of no money down. There's actual zero money down, there's no money left in, there's none of your money in, which is 3 or 4 really exciting strategies where even though it's not no money down, it's none of your own money down, which is the same thing to you. So that's one of the tele-seminars that we're going to be running. We're also going to be running a power networking and joint venture tele-seminar because, let me give you an example. A good friend of mine, or she's become a good friend through coming to our mastermind, our masterclass, coming to all of our courses, coming to our networking events. Dina Honey, she's just recently, she's probably going to update me even more of her stories and her journey when I speak to her today, but she's just recently secured £500,000 worth of joint venture funding. So that's £500,000 of someone else's money to invest and buy a property. Now, if she buys even just 20 or 25% below real market value, buys some cash flowing assets, which is easier to do in this market than it was in 05 to 07, then 5 years time, you know, medium to long term, this isn't get rich quick, it's medium to long term, but medium to long term, she's going to make so much money, it's not even true. So we're going to introduce you into the strategies of doing joint ventures, how to use other people's money. Not just that, but how to actually do the contracts. Also, where to find the people who have the money, because you might be thinking, oh, well, no one's going to give me £500,000 to invest. Well, if you can prove that you can find good deals and you know what you're talking about, which is reasonably simple when you go through, you know, these tele-seminars, mastermind, our masterclass, and you read books and you educate yourself on property. It's actually reasonably simple to demonstrate enough knowledge so that someone who's getting zero in the stock market, nothing in the bank, and if they're investing in Icelandic or other type of banks that might be risking losing it all, will show you why people with money are flooding into the property market. We'll show you why entrepreneurs, and I don't just mean the James Carnes, Duncan Bannatynes and Richard Bransons of this world who are all endorsing property. I mean you and I, people who just start on their own, whether we just started or whether we've been doing it years. We can get the deals that hedge funds and pension funds used to get years ago. They used to gobble up all the big discounts. But now they've run out of money. It's individuals. James Carne, and I quote, "I am buying up half of Mayfair." Individual entrepreneurs are having a revival, and it's us that can buy 28 to 47.5% below market value. It's a fantastic opportunity. So that's the second of the 5 teleclasses that we're running. We're also holding one for sort of beginners. So whereas no money down may be a bit more advanced, if you are a beginner, if you've not yet delved much into property, maybe you only have your own property, maybe you have some equity, maybe you're a bit unsure, maybe you're scared of making some mistakes, maybe you've made some mistakes like all of us, then we'll be running a teleclass which tells you the 10 reasons why you should invest in property now. We'll reveal some major, if you're part of my language, cock-ups that we made, and we did make some hilarious ones. Looking back, it's quite funny. At the time, it was painful. We'll run through those with you, some of the stuff overseas, the new build we did in the early days when we didn't know what we were doing very well, so that you can learn from our 6,000 hours and our 600 odd grand's worth of training and money that we've pumped into property. You can learn from that so that you can start almost at the point where we're at now as a professional investor. Then we're also going to cover a teleseminar on how to actually get the big discounts. So I'm talking massive below market value, 28 to almost 50% below market value. We'll show you an 8-minute trick on Rightmove that you can do, which can help you find an area, a gold mine area within an area. We will teach you the 3 different ways of achieving discount, because most people just know one. We'll teach you how to get what we call the spread, to find the cheapest property with the most inherent value that you can uplift to get a huge increase in value, so that just buying that property alone, even at full market value, our buyers buy at least 1 property per month at full market value. And when I say at full market value, and the reason I'm looking over there is because all the estate agents are out through our window. Full market value in the agents, but we know how to use the 3 methods of spread and discount to actually make that a 35 to 40% below market value deal. So it's very powerful. A couple of guys that have been on our masterminds and our masterclasses, our virtually free events. Paul McFadden's bought 5 properties now. He's 23 years old. His last 3 were no money down. His last one was a joint venture with a friend of mine called Andy McKinns, who's one of our hands-free investors. So, this is something that's easily replicable. A friend of mine, Simon Little, 26 years old, bought 6 or 7 properties with 0 previous experience. Dina was massively in debt, and now she's just secured £500,000 worth of joint venture funding. So these people, I know you don't know these people yet, but you'll meet these people on the other side. You'll meet these people at our future networking events, which you can come to for virtually free. You'll meet these people on the teleclasses that you're about to register to. So, because you might say, oh, it's easy for me, I've been doing it a year, I've got the experience, I've been in a growing market, a falling market. This is why these people who've got fantastic results, better results than we got in the beginning. I'll be honest with you. I'm actually quite envious of some of the results that some of our students with no previous experience have got. The last teleseminar, just before we finish, we've only got about a minute left. The last teleseminar is the estate agent secrets. So the shocking secrets only ex-estate agents will tell you about sourcing 28, 30, 35, 40% below market value deals. So we actually introduce to you and interview different estate agents, either still working or previously working. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really need to tell you much about it, because they just lay it all out on the line. If their bosses were on the phone, they would be quite, let's say, shocked and surprised to hear what these guys are just dishing out, really, because there is a system and a strategy and a right way and a wrong way to become a banker in an agency. If you follow the blueprint that we teach, within 2 to 6 weeks you can get the bottom drawer deals. If you make one mistake, you'll be binned and you'll have to go and do it in another agency. So, just before I finish, make sure you register wherever it is to these free teleclasses. You can join one or all of them. They're all at 7:30, they're all on Tuesdays or Thursdays. And when you register now, on the other side of this page we've got quite an exciting opportunity for you for a virtually free event where you can meet us and all these people I've referred to in person. So, without further ado, thank you for watching this video. Details. If you need anything, email me. See you on the other side.